that's the most likely build to be seen.
Well, let's watch and see here. Will the Playing Ducks' aggression pay off, or will we have the Zealots take another lead in the series and go up 2-0?
Game number 2, everybody. The Zealots to the left in blue with Grand Paquete on Oriel. Lauba again on ETC. We have Poik currently on Gul'dan, Zarmany on Leoric, and Shat on Greymane.
And the right side, the red team here. Chris will be playing Vala Wolfjo on Rhaegar. Eternal will playing Dahaka, Sport Billy playing Diablo, and Nande will be your Kalthos player. And they have switched it up here. Sport Billy has become the warrior player for these last couple of games, and Nande has been a little bit more damage-oriented.
Yeah, you're definitely right. So they're starting to switch this up a bit. It's actually interesting considering how much is on the line here for them. So they feel that with that role swap that they're currently performing, it's their best chance to make all of this happen. And Nanda apparently not feeling quite as confident on the role. It's just simply Sport Billing as the main shot caller saying, hey, I need to do this here. Interesting
power slide
that we had. That power slide went around the corner. I like it. But
that's how good he is on ETC. He knew that would happen.
But we also have at the same time now a Consume Vitality taken as the level 1 talent. So as expected, going into the Skeleton swing here for his level 1, Leoric still falling. And on the other hand was not so good.
Leo getting picked off. Typically you see that sometimes in those 5v5s that will be happening in the middle of the map. Now, we're going to be watching Sport Billy for the most part here in the early game. He'll be the one to set up.
I love that Chris is just sitting there. It's just like, multi-what? It's like going full arrow build again. Sport Billy nearly dying. But yeah, we always have, of course, this like big... Vala is one of the most versatile heroes when it comes to talent builds that we have in the Heroes of the Storm hero pool. And Chris is the one player that just refuses to build anything else but an arrow build, no matter what map is being played, no matter what the objective is and how much they need wave clear. He's all in on the arrows. And it works well for them. I mean, he's really good with it. But I would argue that probably 8 out of 10 players in this situation would have gone for a multi-shot build. But Chris, arrow all the way. I like it.
Arrow coming online here. I actually wanted to look at Dahaka. I actually don't think we've talked much about Dahaka's builds. We've dabbled in it in the past a little bit. Yeah. Level 1 getting picked up, it's the enhanced agility. This is the go-to if you're a Dahaka player. The movement speed that you can get, build yourself up to 20% additional movement speed after you finish that quest, which allows for you to be much more mobile, lead ganks, and it's also going for fights. Diablo gets picked off here in the middle. Great detainments right there from Grandpa. But we're going to watch Dahaka on that bottom lane. It can be great for being able to maneuver around, and make sure you touch those bushes there as they give you that movement speed.
Yeah, and that kill, that was great synergy between Lauba and Grandpa, actually, because Lauba, first of all, getting the face melt into the wall, and then Oriel had the easiest detainment strike of her life. So that was great positioning from the two, and just locking down Diablo like this allowed them to get the kill. Zamani at the bot lane nearly falling too, though, since the Playing Ducks are already heavily fighting back here. The level 4 talent on Leoric, as expected, Neil Peasant has been taken, so it's all about that wave clear here. Standard level 4 talent by now after the rework for him to take 70% more damage to minions and mercenaries.
We'll be clearing out those lanes as much as he can there. Makes him a bit safer against that Dahaka, and the ganks have it coming down towards his lane. Zarmany finally makes it back into the minion wave on the bottom, missing a couple of minions, nothing too crazy. Playing Ducks are going for a turn, and Sport Billy would charge forward to try and force Lauber to stay away from Eternal, who does not get the chance to drop off his gems.
Now, Oriel currently heavily banking her hope on Greymane in combos, now that we see Gul'dan moving down to the bot lane. It's heavy rotations between both of these teams, just trying to outpressure the other and also getting the turn-ins. But so far, the Zealots are actually doing a little bit better, trying to complete turn-in number 1. Sitting on 36 gems now that they've turned in already, and working heavily towards the last few remaining ones so they can get the first web weaver wave.
Both teams have found small windows to get their turn-ins in. 36 to 30 right now. Zealots a little bit ahead in the lead. They have 7 more gems, but we'll get closer and closer towards that 50. The Golden Impale off to the bottom wants to help Leoric clear the minion wave with the level 4 talent. He dropped a Fell Flame as well, and they were able to drop off their gems. But the Playing Ducks entered back on the top side, so you're seeing a lot of moving between our teams, and it's quite interesting to watch.
Yeah, there's also quite a lot of like progress on the quest talents, because we have already 9 globes taken on the side of Frog Rock, so already half of the quest talent for ETC is completed. Whereas we are seeing Gul'dan with 17 stacks as well, so he's roughly sitting at 70% too. But it's all about the turn-ins now, and both of these teams have enough gems to turn in. The Playing Ducks even holding a few extra. They're currently trying to make it work with Eternal, and they're likely to get it.
They get it. The Playing Ducks have their first turn-in of the game. Typically, the first turn-in, you usually get some turrets, a fort, if you're able to push it on the side. Usually the bottom fort is the main target. I'm watching the Zealots see how they answer this. They put Greyman on the top, which will be fine by himself. Gul'dan's in the middle to help clear that out quickly. And with Leoric on the bottom side, I actually think Zealots have a really good setup here to defend. They just need to make sure not to get caught by Diablo.
And with Leoric and his new build, the level 7 talent is the one where we see the most flexibility. Most players so far have gone into the speed increase, but in this case it's again hopelessness. Those are the two talents that most of the players that have played him after the patch, at least on the professional level, have switched between. And Zarmany here goes for the increase on the range, goes for hopelessness here, tries to get the value at the bot lane. We're up here to the top. We are seeing the Ducks pressuring heavily through the wall, breaking through both of the turrets, and now trying to put some extra damage onto the fort itself.
Lauber's going to send Grandpa a heart, man. There was a moment where he almost got caught in the middle. He even used the power slide, but the Tainment Strike came out just the right time before the overpower connected. Diablo unable to get the engage on ETC, and Zealots, they hold pretty well. Take some damage on the turrets, but nothing not expected.
Yeah, and now they can try and get their own turn. And the thing is that the Ducks have actually not really gotten too much experience with this. They're currently looking at nearly level 9, but the Zealots have more than enough time to work towards their own turn-in. So a few structures have fallen, but the advantage for the Ducks is not so significant as to be a problem for the Zealots to overcome. It's actually very insane how close these two teams currently are when it comes to experience. So the Zealots now take a camp, and with that alone, they will create pressure on the map that should enable them to work towards the turn-in and get their first webweaver wave themselves.
Yeah, this does two things. One, the pressure that you were mentioning, pushing in the middle, makes Playing Ducks come defend it. And if the Playing Ducks don't defend it in time, the Zealots are able to get a turn-in and also bolster out that push while moving in for level 10. So nice little small maneuver that sets them up very well.
Greyman at the top, trying to sneak it in, but Diablo is there. Ducks not that easily fooled, so the teams are currently trying to protect and turn in at both of those spots. The wave still in the middle, starting to do some work and also starting to soak some tower shots, and the Playing Ducks are desperately trying to get their turn in. There's a kill on Diablo, and that's actually a really good start with Zarmany dead. Poik is trying to get at least a few of those gems, can rescue some of them, but now level 10 is ready for the Playing Ducks, and the Zealots will try to prevent a turn-in on their side, just to make sure that they don't have to face the two webweaver waves one after another.
Gems being dropped off from the top. Kel'Thuz's will be able to do so. Greyman was unable to stop it, and 10 is half a second away from hitting. There we go. Zealots do get it. Phoenix using the top side again. Delaying is the name of the game for the Ducks, and the Ducks have delayed enough. They grabbed the turn-in on the bottom side, and now that second webweaver wave that we expect so much is coming in.
It was actually really well done on what they just did, because that one Phoenix, oh, there's the Entomb trying to go for Diablo. Ancestral comes through. They're trying to put Lauber under pressure, and the Aegis is used as he actually tries to go for the mosh pit even. Has to move out again, and nobody falls. Just a massive exchange in cooldowns on the heroics.
An impressive exchange. Diablo getting low, the Ancestral Healing coming out, the support saving both of our tanks in that fight. Auriel dropping just enough for the Aegis, and the Horrify afterwards to make sure that Gul'dan pushed the rest of the Ducks away. But the Ducks not dying there and burning some cooldowns can now push forward with their webweavers. Here in the middle, they're going straight in on the fort. Grandpa will be caught by Sport Billy, but Lauber from the side knocks him back.
It's time to dance. He gets Vala. Diablo is dead. Here comes the interrupt in the meantime, and they're already moving back by the kill attempt as Chris is starting forward to push pressure onto Grandpa Kette and Lauber, but healed up by Auriel again. The fort has fallen though, but Diablo lost his souls, so he is back in the stacks. And in experience, the Ducks still don't really take the lead that you would expect them to after this double turn-in.
Yeah, by now you're looking like a 12.5, nearly 13, while your opponent's sitting around 11.5, but the Ducks unable to get that to pop out here. The Zealots is holding on. Now, they are starting to get a bit heavy on these gems. 44 have been turned in, 59 are currently on top of them. The Playing Ducks scurrying around and doing all they can to stop this turn-in from happening. And if they can get a kill, that'd be great. Stop those gems, stop that comeback.
Yeah, there comes Eternal though with the interrupt down here. Nice dash towards Lauber. Great play by Sport Billy. Auriel has fallen at the same time. Here comes Eternal, goes in with his ult, moves for the isolation. Zarmany, Wraith walking out, and Lauber pressuring everybody back. Nice cover fire here from Poik too. Well, that was actually well done. And Diablo, Sport Billy, using his Shadow Charge to break out of the Entomb as he sees ETC in range and uses that to dash over. But Oriel falling was, of course, a big blow. And right now, the Ducks are getting closer to the level 13, and once they have that, it's going to be risky for the Zealots to attempt the turn-in.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how the Ducks actually capitalized on Diablo getting out of that fight in the middle. With 2 being on the top, they had the drag hit the Oriel, who was going for the turn-in. There was no way Grandpa knew that the Dahaka was there. He assumed there was a fight in the middle, something was going to be occurring, and he thought it would be just fine. Sadly, it did not work out for them. And with the 13-12, the Ducks do find that experience lead that we've been looking for them this entire time. While Sport Billy works on Souls, Dahaka, he works on Giants. He's opening up at that bottom side, while Zealots get a turn-in.
Yeah, the Zealots now finally get the turn-in for themselves, and that was definitely needed. They will get level 13 fairly soon. I think that fort down here might even fall before the Web Weaver is on the field, just because the Ducks are pushing in so heavily, and yes, indeed it does. So right now, with 13 about to drop, this is the moment where the Zealots can start to make a few plays. And again, Leoric's Power Spike is coming in here. He didn't go for March of the Black King, which is right now a huge standard, just simply because of the sustain that you get since the rework. But now him going into the damage reduction is what we would expect here, and that's where he gains a lot of his power from.
Waiting on 13 talent, see if he will pick it up. Meanwhile, top lane is being defended by Nande, using the Phoenix to make sure to burn down the Web Weaver. No forts have fallen yet for the Ducks. Diablo may fall here in the middle as he is the target, with a Thermal coming in on the brush talk. He'll hit an isolation on top of the Ariel, stopping the healings from coming out. Grandpa able to buy enough time, but will Lobber be able to get out?
Yeah, he's trying to move away here. Leoric has still not taken his 13. And is now starting to join the fight, a bit late to the party, but still, they have everyone alive. They did a bit of damage. The Web Weavers at the bottom lane are currently working on the fort itself. And the drag also dodged, as we are seeing another Entomb against Diablo. And also, in the meantime, Ominous Wrath has been taken now. Leoric still going down, though.
The Entomb continues to come out on Diablo, and for the 3rd time in a row, it does not allow for the Zealots to get a kill. I can see why they're doing it because of the Cursed Bullet into the Gul'dan Felflame, but so far the Ducks have been doing a great job of answering back every single time. They get a kill on Leo. Maybe a change in strategy is in order.
Yeah, they need to I feel they need to approach the team fights a bit differently. Trying to get the isolation kill is fantastic. I don't think that's necessarily the problem. But after 13, your work with Leoric is trying to make sure that you hit both of the damage dealers with your Wraith Walk so that you reduce their damage by 50%. If you do that, you help your team a lot. And then afterwards, you work on your swings again, especially after level 16 is picked up. A good skeleton swing can more or less instantly reduce the kill or reset the cooldown of your Wraith Walk, and that's what you're aiming for. So it's the utility that you're looking for. And oftentimes with with Leoric, the reason why you see March of the Black King now taken is because that allows you to move into the opponent's team deeply, and if they start attacking you, the Wrath or the March of the Black King is easily getting you back up in hit points, and you can do the same thing over again, while the rest of your team is looking for either good angle for potentially Mosh Pit, or just dishes out damage.
Entomb is now available again for Leoric, as he has chosen that heroic now, with the push in the middle and the top side. Zealots finally making a move to take down their first fort of the game. And they'll get it here on the middle side. Well done. Dahaka on the bottom has already cleared out the Web Weaver that was pushing in, so they have only one location to move into. 2 push down, that'll be the fort on the top side, and they're trying to grab it before that 16 does connect here for the Ducks. And there it is, the 16's up. Where's Diablo? Diablo's on the bottom side, he engages, but Leoric able to walk away.
And that, of course, is also the cooldown for him now, 14 seconds, so he can't use that for potential fight, and the fight is starting. There's the A-Guess, but that is not gonna save Gul'dan for long. Once more, we have Diablo moving in, and he gets the reset on his Shadow Charge and puts Grandpa into a corner, quite literally. That's the end of Oriel, and they are going for boss already triggered, and it's a 5 versus 3 on the map. Why wouldn't you?
Eternal with the big pick on Gul'dan. Diablo following up, grabbing the Oriel with 2 down, and you're right, why wouldn't you? Grab the boss here on the top side. Boss will now be able to push in. The Playing Ducks also have a turn-in available to them. They're keeping Leoric on lock on the right side. Zarmi trying to sneak in and get 16 for his team before they have to defend this big push that will be coming their way.
Yeah, right now we have a bit of bottom lane pressure through Greymane, but the boss, of course, is going to make a lot happen up at the top. Now we have a turn-in stacked up on it too. Zealots will get level 16. That's going to be important for them, since it is going to provide some important talents, especially, of course, on Leoric here. But at the same time, that pressure play that we're seeing from the Ducks is really starting to completely destroy them.
Sport Billy just having his way the last couple of levels here. Another pick, finds Zarmany, will move in. That's going to be a kill. Now, Leoric will come back, which is always great, but having him lost for no reason does hurt. Now, as the Ducks move in, they have a boss, a Web Weaver on the top that is at full health, and they're looking for a keep.
Zarmany definitely is not having a good time on Leoric this game. Not at all. Right now, he's suffering a lot, and he just doesn't get the value out of the hero that they're hoping for. He has 4 deaths already, and that is more than half of his team. So, him coming back here, they lost the keep already, but maybe they can start and make a play here. He's back to business, can also start to use the Entomb, and there it is, but it misses. The silence on Laubers. ETC is trying to move away, but he is dead, and Leoric once again moving out. And once more dying. The problem is still, the new reworked Leoric requires a different playstyle, and this is something that I feel Zarmany hasn't really adapted to. You can see it in the way that he uses his Wraith Walk in these fights. It's more so an escape tool for him than this engage tool when you're trying to just simply hit the damage dealers. I have yet to see a Wraith Walk that is targeting Kalthas and Vala specifically to make sure that the damage reduction with level 13 kicks in. And that's the talent that every pro talks about when they're saying they think that Leoric might be overpowered.
The Sport Billy showing off why domination is so strong for the 16 on Diablo. Engages Gul'dan, gets another charge of Shadow Charge, and slams him and gets a wall. Level 20 hits for the Ducks. They have a 4-level lead over the Zealots. They've killed every single keep on the field, and now they're working in some damage on this core.
I mean, Sport Billy has been doing a fantastic job, as you already said. He creates so many opportunities for his team here. Zarmany is dying again once more. Leoric just opening up an opportunity for his team. The core might even be defended if they play it right, but the way that the Ducks are playing this is just fantastic. And Sport Billy is a big part of that. Eternal, of course, as well. But right now, Horrify saves the core for a little bit longer. It's still a 3-man defense, and the core is down to 80%, but they're not giving up here just yet. Here comes the Mosh Pit, going in, only hitting the Haka, and an immediate interrupt thanks to the Gravity Labs. But it looks like at least Sport Billy is going to fall. The problem is the core, in the meantime, is also not going to make it. This is the end as the Ducks are taking the first game. For some reason, have a Tempo Storm logo.
Tempo Storm going to win a game eventually in the future. You can count it here at HGC.
I mean, look at the bright side, and H has won against Europe. Even if it was just a map.
Always finds a way. Playing Ducks and Zealots are now tied 1-1. It was good. It was good.
Friendly banter. And Josh started it. It wasn't me.
Dang it, Josh.
I just delivered what I saw on screen.
We're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back with game number 3 in the series. This is the HGC.